Hello everyone, my name is Tyler Parker. I've been working in the oil field for about 10 years now. This course is about lockout and tagout. During this course, we're going to go over what is lockout tagout, what are some lockout tagout devices, the 3 levels of lockout tagout training, the importance of using lockout tagout, defining hazardous energy, the 6 steps of lockout tagout, and removing lockout tagout. The purpose of this class is to protect all personnel and equipment from injury and damage due to unexpected startup, energization, and stored energy. At this point, you might be asking yourself, what is LOTO? LOTO stands for lockout tagout. Lockout is when an isolation device and lock are applied to a piece of equipment or machinery to prevent unwanted startups or hazards. Lockout devices hold energy isolating devices in a safe position. This prevents accidental startup or release of energy because these restraints are locked. Tagout is when you place a tag on the isolation device that you're using to lock out your equipment and machinery. The tags notify the personnel that that piece of equipment is being worked on, who is working on it, the date they're working on it, and that it should not be operated. I'm pretty sure by now you're wondering what lockout tagout devices are. These devices are meant to isolate the energy source and prevent the accidental startup or release of energy. Right here we have some locks and some lock boxes, and safety lockout hasp, and valve lockout, and breaker lockout. Lockout tagout regulation. According to EFCR 1926.417 lockout and tagging of circuits. Controls that are to be deactivated during the course of work on energized or de-energized equipment or circuit shall be tagged. B. Equipment and circuits. Equipment or circuits that are de-energized shall be rendered inoperable and shall have tags attached at all points where such equipment or circuits can be energized. C. Tags. Tags shall be placed to identify plainly on the equipment or circuits being worked on. Depending on where you work at, OSHA or BSEE or any other regulatory agency can enforce these regulations. There are 3 levels of lockout tagout training: authorized worker, affected worker, and other worker. Authorized workers use lockout and tagout when servicing equipment. Each authorized employee shall receive training in recognizing hazardous energy sources, the type and magnitude of energy in the workplace, the methods and means necessary for energy isolation and control. Affected workers operate and use machinery or equipment that is under lockout tagout. They do not perform lockout tagout or service the equipment. Each affected employee shall be instructed on the purpose and use of the energy control procedures. Other workers may be in the area where lockout tagout is being used. They'll be instructed about the lockout tagout procedures and about starting or re-energizing equipment that is locked out or tagged out. Why is lockout tagout important? It can prevent injury and death and protect the equipment. What is hazardous energy? It is any source of energy that could cause harm to personnel. Electricity is from power lines and batteries and can cause electrocution and arc flash. Mechanical energy is moving parts and cause crushing and cutting. Hydraulic and pneumatic is pressure that can cause cuts, ejections, and burns. Thermal is extreme temperatures that can alter your body's temperature in a harmful way. Companies are required to have their own lockout tagout policies and procedure. OSHA recommends lockout tagout procedures be formed in a 6-step procedure. The 6 steps of lockout tagout are preparation, shutting down the equipment, isolating the equipment, attaching lockout tagout devices, releasing all stored energy, and verifying isolations. The first step to lockout tagout is preparation. This involves getting permission to work on the equipment, walking down the job, identifying the hazards, how to control the hazards, and gathering equipment. The second step is to shut down the equipment. You're going to have to notify all affected personnel that you're going to shut down the equipment, and then you're going to follow your company and equipment procedures to safely shut down that equipment. The third step is to isolate the equipment. You will turn off all energy isolation devices to the off or closed position. Turn off or disconnect the main and alternative power supplies. This includes batteries and backup generator supplies. The fourth step is to attach lockout tagout devices. The authorized worker puts isolation devices on all potential sources of hazards to block them off. Then he attaches locks and tags on the isolation devices. The fifth step is to release all stored energy. Always double check that all stored energy has been released, and check the equipment periodically to make sure that it's not collecting any stored energy. The sixth step is to verify isolations. Verify that the equipment has 100% energy isolation from all hazardous energy. Ensure the equipment is shut down, and ensure the equipment is isolated and locked out. Ensure no hazards or stored energy are present or building. Have an authorized employee verify the equipment has been properly isolated and de-energized. Removing locks and tags. Certain procedures must be followed before lockout tagout devices can be removed and energy is restored to the machine or equipment. Always double check that all tools and debris have been picked up or removed from the equipment. Verify the equipment is in good condition before you put it back in service. Everyone has to remove their locks before an isolation device can be removed.